Okay, guys. Okay, so I did put this dialogue in RPG Maker last night. That's one thing I got to do. I also put the little sister's assets in. I sorted out her face set and put the right expressions with each piece of dialogue. It's all good. I even put the scream there. So the only thing we have to do now is make the hero walk into the cabin. Also, I changed her name from Fran to Fiona, only because it's a little bit more of an English name, I think, and we've kind of gone with an English name theme in Lakefall and the Everbloom Forest for some reason, so I'm going to kind of keep with that, but I wanted something that began with F, so that's why I went for Fiona instead. Okay, we still need to have her introduce herself at some point as well, because I've just realised we haven't even done that, unless that is Nigel says that, and we already know her name beforehand. We'll have to fit it in somewhere though. Okay, so I'm going to do a test play at some point to show you guys what I've got anyway, how it all looks. There's a couple of little bugs, unfortunately. It happens, but it's to do with this overlay we have showing the current main quest. So just a tiny bug with that. There's a couple actually, so I'm going to have to go on the RPG Maker forums at some point and see if there's any way to solve that bug, if nobody else knows, because I certainly don't. But yeah, so we can start with the interior for this, get it all pretty. Then we can finish the cutscene, make the hero move automatically inside the cabin, and then start dialogue plans for inside here. I think that could be cool. That could be interesting. Each town area has different name origins, yeah. And it feels like appropriate to go with what we've got. I mean, we've got names like Nigel, Blake, Smith, and Helena and all things like that, and the very kind of English sounding names, and they're very sort of posh as well, Winchester and Buckington. So yeah, it's cool for sure, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun to decide what sort of place the next town's going to be when we get there, because by no doubt once we finish the Everbloom Forest and move on to the next area, we will reach a town. Because I always feel like dungeons kind of have to have a town within them. Like there has to be, I see it like town dungeon, town dungeon, town dungeon, town dungeon sort of thing. That sort of pattern. I don't like it when games are just endless dungeons. Like Final Fantasy 13 was like that. It was like just dungeon after dungeon. And I don't think there was towns in that game, but I love towns. I love my RPGs with towns, please. What about you guys? What do you guys think about that? Like, do you agree with me? Town dungeon, like a town and with every dungeon, or do you like dungeons a few in one go, or how do you guys like it? But that's kind of the pattern I've noticed in most RPGs. Nothing more British than a Nigel. I know, right? So it does make sense that his sister has a sort of British name as well, and I believe Fiona is a British name. I did Google it and it said it was, or it's like from, yeah, I think it is. I think it's a British name. Oh, thank you, Kenan and Ajax and Angie Star for the like in the tweet. Appreciate you guys. Okay, so one thing I kind of want to do with this cabin is make it darker, so we might have to mess about with the tints and see what we can do to make it look cool inside, because I don't know if I'm going for a creepy vibe, but I'm definitely going for a kind of old and abandoned look. So one thing I found, let's go on, let me show you guys what I found when I was having a little look last night. Okay, so the page is refreshed. I've got to find it again now. Here it is. Okay. So let's get the internet up so you can see, guys. I found these assets with cobwebs, some furniture with cobwebs on, and just cobwebs by themselves. And I thought that was really cool, and that sort of thing could make the cabin look older and definitely more abandoned. And it's just an example of what someone's done here. They've got holes in the floor too. We don't have the assets for those, but I probably wouldn't want holes that big in our cabin. I like small little holes, but I did find some other assets too. I found this one, and I think that there was like a hole in the floor there with a vine coming out. I kind of like that because I kind of want to make it look like the forest is coming into the cabin too, like have bits of moss, because we've already got that on the cage. We've got the moss on the cage here, so it'd be cool to like have a bit of forestiness going on inside the cabin too, as well as the cobwebs. And yeah, it's not perfect yet. I'm going to probably arrange the furniture a bit more, just add a bit more, and it'd be nice to add a little dark tint as well when we're in game, and then maybe it'll be okay. Probably may update it over time if I'm not satisfied with it, but we'll get a basic idea of what we want it to look like today anyway. Town placement depends on game atmosphere. Just don't get caught in an option because it's what the genre has always done. The floor holes are part of the base assets, I think. Oh, are they? Oh, cool. Yeah, they're very big ones on that example. I do like having towns in a game, but some game stories show that all but one city has been wiped out, so it makes sense. Yeah, I just like towns. I think it's cool to have that like break from the fighting and just chill in a town and talk to NPCs and gather more quests and stuff. Okay, so we haven't test played the cabin yet, so it'll be a good idea to do that to make sure Rose is in the cage and looks okay in there. I think we could do the movement thing first and the test play just to see and make sure. So our hero, this is going to be difficult now actually, because when our hero talks to Fiona, which is her name now by the way, not Fran, in case you're wondering why I've changed her name, it's because we have a more English character. I don't know if Fran's an English name, you see, but Lakefall has got the sort of English name theme going on with all the NPCs. But yeah, we don't have to stay tied to names or be that rigid, but it's cool to like sort of think about that. We don't have to be that rigid for sure. Hi Grox, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. How is your week treating you? I have changed my stream title again, by the way, guys. I keep changing it. I've added program again in front of RPG Maker because some people yesterday got confused. So I do think it's better to have program in front. But I did get rid of the ! project command, but we still got it. I'll just have to manually enter it sometimes so you guys can see and read about it. I changed the wording a little bit as well, just so peeps know that it's going to be free to play and released episodically as well, because I feel like those two are important things to mention. So yay. Okay, so as we're saying, when we talk to the girl, we can either be standing here or here, which is a little bit difficult because if we're going to manually move them to the cabin, if we're standing in different positions, it'll break. It won't work. I'm trying to figure out now how movement works in RPG Maker MV, because it might be different, but from how I used to do it, I would do something like this. Set movement route, player, and I would just move them up, down, left or right into the direction they had to go. But it would be really cool if there was such a feature as just move there, like you actually just click a tile set that you want them to move to, because then no matter where they're standing, they will always go there. So I'm just thinking how to go about this. One method would be to put something here, so that the player could only possibly be standing here to talk to her, and then it won't break. Because they can't stand there because the tree's in the way. Need to think how to go about this. You need the innkeeper to be called Basil. 40 Towers humour. It's so funny because people say that my dad looks like Basil. He doesn't like that. He doesn't think it's a compliment. Lol. But yeah, I agree. We need a character called Basil now in Lakefall. We already have named the innkeeper Nigel. Nigel is the name for the innkeeper. So unfortunately, unless is Basil actually an innkeeper then? Is that his job? I don't know because I've never watched the show. But it's a cool name. So yeah. I mean, we've already named all the MCs, but you never know. We might have to add a couple more at some point. So you can always think of Basil for them. Okay, so I'm going to just have a look again to see. Because that is the only way I know movement to work. There might be another way to do it that's better. But this is how I would do it. But like I said, this was how I did it when I was 12. Other options are to check the skip if cannot move box and just put the extra moves you'll need to reach the target in the end of the movement route. Oh, okay. That's good as well, Elite. But just for like easiness, like it would I'm very tempted to just put some impassable object here now. There's nowhere else she could stand, is there, where there's only one way to talk to her? I don't think there is. But yeah, the only positions the hero can stand to talk to her are here and here. So it's only two. It's not lies. We could do it for both of them, I guess. Oh, I don't know. This is where it gets a bit tricky. This is a new thing for me now. So how would I do it? Because the routes are completely different. It would be that for if they were standing there, and they'd have to go all the way around the tree if they were standing there. So there's two completely different routes. I mean, Two right, one down. Oh, that's true. The only thing is, we said that she would stand in the lake, but she doesn't necessarily have to stand in the lake, does she, guys? She can still feed the fish from the edge. What do you guys think? Should we move her here instead? Because it'll be easier for us, because then the hero can just stand there to talk to her. That's the only possible position for the hero. And it just makes the job easier then. We don't have to think of all these multiple routes to get to the cabin when we do the cutscene. So, yeah, and it'll still work. If the hero does the push in the lake option, it'll still work. We can just, she can just fall in from here quite easily. We could do that. There isn't really a way to have them walk to a predetermined spot. You need to map their entire route. Yeah, that's what I wondered, because I always did the movement manually when I used to use RPG Maker back in the day. But I wondered if MV updated it at all. But as it's been confirmed, they haven't. It's nice to know, though, that it hasn't been, because otherwise I'd wonder. Thanks for confirming that, Elite. One other option is to write an if-then conditional, which gives them a movement route depending on the player's current location. Sometimes the easy option is best. Keep in mind if the movements are very different now. Yeah, so in the future we might not have a choice. We might not be lucky like we are here and get a position where, you know, we can... So if that ever happens, I'll just put an object in the way or I'll do what Elite has said, which will be if and then conditions, because there's going to be a point in the game where we will be forced to do that, I'm sure. For sure. Okay, so let's write down the movement first of all, because we're going to do this now. So it would be right, up, up. I'm going to write it in Notepad so I can remember. And I don't type it out, I just use arrows, it's easier. Right. Oh, we don't need to do right twice. We could just go right, up, up. And then left, left, left. Oh, we can go left a few times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So left 8 times. And then 1, 2. Perfect. So let's just double check that again. Right, up, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. So yeah, we got the movement. Let's get it set up. So there's 3 points in this little dialogue conversation where the hero hears the scream and walks into the cabin. If you look at the dialogue branch I've done in Discord, you'll see that there's 3 sections that lead to the action. So they are either after she has said, oh, tell my brother to spend more time worrying about his job and less about myself. It can either be then, or it can either be after she's done the angry face, ... or it can be after we've pushed her in the lake. So it's one of those 3. So we haven't done the animation yet for pushing in the lake, but I will probably do that at some point. If I don't do it on stream, I'll do it off stream. So hero walks into cabin. I've commented where it has to be. So we'll start here. Set movement route. Right, up, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And up, up. So that should work. We'll do a test play in a bit to make sure. But at this point, this is where we'll have to teleport to the cabin. So transfer player, and it will be to here. We can see how that goes. I can't remember. We got a wait here. We've put wait for completion, so it won't teleport until we finish that movement route at least. So let's just copy and paste it for all the 3. Awesome. And obviously, guys, if I'm doing something a certain way and you think, oh, actually, there's something else in RPG Maker that is a better way to do it, then definitely feel free to say. I'm only doing what I remember and what I know, but there's always something new to learn. For sure. Okay, so save. We'll do a test play now, and we might get a tiny bit of lag. We'll see. Sometimes we do when we open the test play up. And we do have a little bug as well, and you'll see that when we open it, I'll tell you if you don't spot it. If anybody in chat knows the bug, I would be very grateful, because I will be having to comment on the RPG Maker support forums later. Otherwise, because it's a very silly bug and I have no idea what it is. Okay, so it's going to load up the game, but the problem is that the music's going to be very loud. So I'm going to just mute the speakers for a sec, guys. When the game loads, and I'm going to mute the in-game sound, because I tested it with sound yesterday and I left it on. Sometimes I will keep the sound on when we do test plays, but I will have to mute the background music we have in stream when we do that so it doesn't clash. It's loading. So I'm going to, out of curiosity, I'm going to look at my task manager and see how much CPU this takes up. Well, it doesn't really take up CPU, that's not a problem. It's the memory that my computer struggles with. Holy butts. Streamlabs OBS is taking up like 3K memory. That is double than what it normally uses. My goodness. Brennan, how you doing? Welcome back to the stream. I hope you're having a good day. How's it going, my friend? Okay, so I have muted the sound a sec. I'm just gonna go into the options menu and just mute everything for now. But yeah, of course, we'll do test plays where we keep the sound on because I want you guys to hear the awesome sound effects and music. But for now, because we got some Final Fantasy music in the background, we will mute it. Okay, so continue. And we've got 3 save points at the mine. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm so sorry about the lag. This always happens when we do test plays, and it's because we have OBS, Google Chrome up, and OBS is being a beast at the moment. We're not though. OBS stealing all the memory, guys. Does anyone know? I'm not a tech expert, so we really fail in this department. And I don't know if I want to switch broadcasting software because OBS Streamlabs is kind of the best one, apart from the fact that it's a bot phase for stealing the memory. Hi AAATO, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing good. How's your day? It is going well. Woke up at 4 AM today from the crazy dreams. Went to bed again at 8 for a quick nap. And 2 hours later, here I am. Yay! Well, you're here and it's awesome to see you. Naps are good. And I hope the crazy dreams weren't nightmares. I hope they were nice. I hope they were nice dreams. But you say they're crazy, so I don't know about that. Okay. Just going to look at Task Manager again. You can't see any private info from my Task Manager, can you? Let's hope not. Yeah, as you can see, guys, Streamlabs OBS is the big culprit here. Oh no, if there's a big problem with memory. CPU, I don't think is. I know. I need to know what the issue is so I can figure out how to solve it. But because memory is the one that's so full out of all of them, GPU's fine as well. I'm assuming it's that and Streamlabs OBS that's causing it because that's the one stealing it all. I probably not got the greatest memory and I probably need an upgrade. That's probably what it is. Hi Eric, how are you doing? How much RAM does your computer have? I will have to check to confirm that. I did actually check a few weeks ago and I was talking to the stream about it then. It's not terrible, but it's not amazing. That's all I'm going to say. So it probably does need an upgrade just so I can like do lots of things and have lots of programs up, you know, and not have the worry of lag because we have OBS, we have Chrome open with loads of tabs, we're running a game here, we have Photoshop open, we have RPG Maker open. It's one of those things where we are going to have a lot of programs open. It's just the nature of the stream, so I will probably need to upgrade. And how expensive is it to do that? And is it difficult? I'm not a tech expert, so I don't know. Welcome to the stream, Eric. Sounds like you need a RAM upgrade to ease up the strain on your computer. Yeah, I'm going to prioritise that, guys, when I get a bit of cash. Just need to save up first because Christmas is coming up and that's an expensive time of year. But maybe in the new year I'll start, I'll think about it, I'll look into it, guys, because it's very important. But we're okay most of the time. It's mainly when we do test plays it can happen, we can just get a bit of lag for a few seconds. We'll have to manage until then. Mix of death and awesomeness, murder investigation, but also got to ride in an alien ship. That's so cool. I want that dream, Brennan. Depends on your system, it's not too expensive and very easy to do. The actual process of changing RAM is not too difficult. Well, that's good, because when I upgraded my CPU last year, or was it the year before, I can't remember, I found that really difficult to do, but that's because I'm a noob with computers. Okay, so Cyan Haven, let's open it up. Could also catch card another PC, more costly if you don't have another decent comp to work with. I cannot afford another computer yet, that's for sure. So, I'm not that rich, guys. So, I probably would do the RAM upgrade. Whatever's the cheapest option, basically. Depends on your computer, of course, but usually you just plug in new RAM or swap out old RAM for new larger RAM cards. Okay. I'll look into it, or I'll ask a friend that knows more than me in that department. So we got a super long loading screen here. I would love to have a custom loading screen for this game, one that's a little bit more pretty to look at. So maybe I'll think about that. But for a start, the loading screen isn't that long usually. And the book, in case you're curious, it's up there. The quest log thing, all the text is black, and it shouldn't look like that. I have no idea why all the text is black. So, but one thing is, when I do this and turn off this menu, it goes back to normal then. The text goes to how it should. So I'm like, why is the text black? That's a weird bug. I have to figure out what's going on. And we're going to change the icons as well, because I do not like those icons as the default. One thing is though, you can turn it off in the options menu at least. You don't have to add the quest thing up if you don't want to, same as you don't have to add the map open. Holy butts, guys. This is unplayable right now while I'm streaming. I'm not sure why Streamlabs OBS is taking up 3k RAM at the moment. Like, usually it's half of that. And I don't know why, because I deleted a lot of my sources and screens to try and free up, make it not to that, but I don't know. You built your last 4 computers. Yeah, Eric knows. Eric knows his stuff. Have to go to Eric for advice then. Yeah, RAM is that easiest thing. If you have more slots, that's definitely the way to go. Cool. And how expensive is it to upgrade your RAM? Just as an estimate. I want to be prepared. An animated loading screen is always nice. Yeah, defo gonna do it. Don't want to keep it as that boring black one for sure. The joys of game development, bug fixing, yay. Spent 2 hours trying to troubleshoot the problem, only you find out type something wrong or didn't click an option. Yeah, it's always something really simple and you're like, dough. That was so obvious. I haven't said that word in ages, dough. I feel like I sound strange when I say it. But yeah, the quest thingy goes back to normal. Like it should. That is exactly how it should look out there. I need to figure out why it has black text randomly sometimes. So, the little girl we need to talk to is here. And all the dialogue is in that we decided, guys. So, it's all updated with the new face sets, and we have a little pop-up thing as well. I personally prefer that. Having the box above the characters, a pop-up, rather than have it along the screen. Mainly because this is a full screen game. When it's a little square, it looks okay. Slime? What slime? Are you making fun of my computer, Atto? After I've been talking about depends on how much RAM you need. Thankfully, if the prices have dropped a lot to where you can get like 16 gig RAM under $100. Oh, okay. Well, that's not too bad, because I thought I was gonna have to pay over 100. So sounds like it's reasonable. And you know what? I think mine might be 8 gig RAM, but I don't know for sure. I might be wrong. That might be what it is. I don't think it's the 16 one. So if I can upgrade it to the 16 one, that sounds ideal. But from what my memory tells me, I have an 8 one. Maybe. I'm not about 80% sure when I say that. Okay. Oh yeah, we got another bug as well. For some reason, that map quest overlay thing disappears constantly whenever a dialogue box pops up, and I think that's really irritating. I prefer how this map is here, where it stays up the whole time, and it's a Yanfly plugin, so I would have thought that it wouldn't be buggy like that, but hopefully there'll be a solution to not have that, because if there's no way of sorting that out, I'm not going to like that feature because it just goes on and off all the time. I hope there's a way to fix that. RAM is affordable, yay, I'm glad. 16 GB RAM is more than enough. Yeah, that's what I think I'm after then, Eric. I think that is the one I need. I'm very, very sure that mine is half of that. And it will help a lot, won't it, if I have double what it currently is. Good place to buy from. Depends if you got to replace or just add, or a mix of both. Yeah, what about if I get it, guys, this RAM, and I figure out it's not even the problem and I wasted all my money? But I think it is. Judging by my task manager and the fact that my memory section is always like 90% full. The CPU is like about 40% and the GPU is like 30 or something most of the time. So those don't seem like they're an issue. It definitely seems like it's the memory if that's the one that has 90% all the time. So hopefully. If you are on HDD, swapping to NSDD will help read and write times. Oh, okay. I'll look into that link, Asriel. Thank you. I appreciate you. I have no idea what about the HDD or SDD thing now, because I'm a big massive noob with computers. It's a game balance, because if you get a monster CPU but the RAM is low and the graphics is meh, you hit a bottleneck. Yeah, SDDs are much more efficient and help a lot as well. Okay, well, thank you for your insight, guys. Task manager pretty much tells you need more memory, mate. And you guys saw it, didn't you? Because I had it up for a few seconds and you guys can confirm it was definitely my memory. Let's get it up again. Let's get it up again for a sec. You know when it says 100% disk, what does that mean? Because I'm a bit worried about that. I don't even understand. Oh crap, what's going on? Okay, it's fine. I'm good. There we go. Right, so yeah. It's always memory that's the one that gets super high. It's fine at the moment. We're not having lag issues, so it's managing. But memory, when it gets to 90% and above memory, that's when we get the lag, I've noticed. Hi Rubson, how are you doing today? It's good to see you. Hope you're having a good day, Rubson. Yeah, your RAM is definitely choking itself for air. Oh no. So fingers crossed. I'll think about it over the new year, guys, getting an upgrade with that. I mean, I'd love to get it sooner, this month or November or something, but it's because of the time of year with Christmas. I don't know whether if it's gonna, you know, but we'll see. Well, it's definitely a priority. So if I don't get it done this year, it'll be super early next year, ideally. But But if we keep getting this often on stream, like, because I stream 4 times a week now, and if it's happening every single stream, it'll do my head in. So I'll be wanting to upgrade it as soon as possible. Windows likes tag memory, move it to Linux. Yeah. Will RPG Maker work on there? I'm worried that if I use Linux, I would be very limited with what I could do on my PC. Disk is your HDD speed's been maxed out because your RAM is slow, so it's using. Oh, okay. So judging by that, if I get that upgrade to 16, that I'll be fine. CPU isn't a problem. I'm looking at that, and yeah, I upgraded my CPU recently. That's the most recent thing I upgraded, so that should be cool, I'd say. Right, guys, so looks like it's settled though. It's mainly when we just open up test plays for the first time when we get the lag, because it can't cope. It can't cope being opened up and having to fight with Streamlabs OBS for all the memory space. So we'll go for this option. Look at that angry face. I'm not the innkeeper's sister, I'm the innkeeper. And when we know the character's name, we have a name box pop up as well. So she'll have to introduce herself at some point. I'm fine, but if he wants to worry, let him. At the moment, the choice box is a little bit plain looking. I kind of want to make it look more appealing eventually. But at the moment, we'll just keep it like this. Tell my brother to spend more time with his job and less about my safety. And now they're here. Yay, he's moving. He's doing... Oh, problem is we didn't hear the scream because the sound's muted. So I will have to turn the sound on to properly test that and make sure all the timing works and makes sense, like he doesn't move before he hears the scream or anything. We kind of have to have... It would be cool to use like little bubbles above their heads, so like a little bubble, like an exclamation mark, can appear above the hero's head, like when something happens, like shocking, like something that startles him. Like he could have a speech bubble pop up and like go like that or something, and then he can start walking, because it would be a little bit unnatural if he hears the scream and just like walks normally without any reaction. So I'm going to play about with that and see how we can make things look more real. But as you can see, this is a bit messed up. Rose is currently not even in the cage. Rose, you're meant to be in the cage. So basically when we teleport here, this is where the next cutscene and dialogue conversation is going to take place. And it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be a bit messy at first because I'm going to have to spend some time making things look more appealing. Like, for example, like I said, he just like walked into the cabin so fast with no reaction. So yeah, I'm definitely going to mess about. Hi Val, how are you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. And hi, welcome player. Welcome player to the stream. Look for battle demonstration. What do you mean, player? I'm confused. I'm confused. Photoshop is iffy. No, I don't use it, but I know you do. Yeah, Photoshop is like my main editing program. So, I mean, Windows is kind of the one we all have because we know things are going to work on Windows, but I'm not going to lie, Windows is a massive butt face sometimes. For sure. Okay, so we've got to make some changes, guys. This cabin is nowhere near done yet. It's like 10% there, if that. Basically, the goals, I want to have like a little tint on the screen to make it look a bit more darker, and because all the windows are shut in this cabin as well. There's no like open windows, so it needs to look a bit darker. We're going to have cobwebs. We're going to just make the place look a little bit more better. We'll arrange the furniture better as well. But the main thing is that we get Rose behind the cage, because she's not meant to be in front of it like there. And yeah, we definitely need to sort out that mini-map plugin as well, because there's a couple of annoying bugs with that. But I do really like the feature of the well, not the mini-map, I mean the actual quest thingy-majig. There we go. Okay, guys, so let's go back to RPG Maker. And as you can see, we get the lag. Like when we close programs and open programs, that's when we tend to get the lag happen. And just bear with me, guys. That's going to happen sometimes until I upgrade my RAM. But it's a priority. As soon as I get some cash, that'll be what I'll be working on. And thank you, Eric, for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Welcome to the channel. And guys, if you are new here today, you can... Oh, I didn't need to put that command because I see my bot did it automatically just. So just ignore me. But sometimes I might end up spamming chat with that command just so people who are new to the stream can read about the game and stuff. So I want everybody to know how awesome it is. Okay guys, sorry about that. I was distracted for a second by Twitter. So I put up a live tweet today for once in my life. Don't usually do that. Okay, so back to here. So why is Rose appearing in front of the cage and not behind it? What setting do we need to do to sort that out? What have we got here? Makes it possible to move through impassable tiles and characters. Is it that I need it on? I mean, I would experiment and just do a ton of test plays, but I really don't want to have to do test plays and have that lag issue again. So I might like just leave it that bit for now, because if I can do test plays off stream super easy and it's not a problem at all because I don't have OBS open. OBS is the big beast, the monster that steals all my RAM. Don't mind me, Rose. I'm in the process of switching away from Windows apart from an old laptop for testing. I've been Linux this long. Is that for the last few days now? Yeah, and you're a fan? You like it more? What was your reason for moving then, Asriel, for moving from Windows to Linux? Twitter always distracting us, I know. I'm not really as obsessed with Twitter as most people, but, you know, it can suck you in sometimes. Does RPG Maker use layers? May need to reorder them. Yeah, and you know, MV is very weird like that because I find the layer system in MV very strange and very inconsistent. From when I did the tile sets of the Everbloom Forest, I found that. But it's no big deal for now, but it's something I can sort out. I like doing the buggy stuff off stream. I like sorting out the bugs off stream because I think that I don't know if that's as fun to watch, me sorting out bugs and stuff on stream. I think everybody prefers the more interactive things, like working on ideas together and stuff. I think that's what people find fun in these game making streams. Back from sending out the family. Welcome back, Elite. How are you doing? You didn't miss much. All we were talking about was how my RAM needs an upgrade, because whenever I do a test play we get loads of lag, and it's because RPG Maker is fighting with OBS and for the memory, and my computer, it's going to be so much better when I get a RAM upgrade. And yeah, I just hope you guys can bear with me and be patient with me until I get my computer upgrade. Rex, how are you doing? So good to see you. How are you today? Did you have a good sleep? Okay, so right, yeah, Rose is currently not in the cage. Maybe I'm going to tick through. I could do a quick Google, but I don't like spending too much time on doing bugs. I'll tell you that. I don't like doing bugs on stream, but we have a few bugs to solve, and I did put up a post on the RPG Maker forum last night for one of the bugs, but nobody's replied yet, so I hope they don't ignore me forever. But yeah, nobody's replied yet. I got fed up with the constant forced updates, restarting my system or breaking things. It works fine for me, but even on Windows I use free tools like Blender, Critter and Aspirate, which all run perfectly on Linux anyway. Even Steam will convert your games for you on it. I'll stop now. That does sound appealing, I have to say, and I agree. I don't like how Windows does that either. I had a pop-up come up yesterday saying that my computer was about to restart and update, and I was like, excuse me, I am streaming. How rude of Windows. Like, honestly, with a click of a button, my computer would have turned off and restarted while I was in the middle of streaming. How dare it? How dare it? Good day here for my drops. Hi Donut, welcome back. I'm so glad that you want more drops. It's so cool to see people get excited about the raindrops. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. I was talking to my son about getting better books at the library. Yeah, there's a bit of lag, but it's not a big deal. Reminds me of TRL. What's TRL? You have to inform me. I'm terrible with like non-full words. And I'm speaking of games, I really need to work on mine. I've been a few days since I last messed with it. Oh, what game are you doing, Eric? What's it about? Tell us. What software are you using for it? Bloody cold suck. Oh no, I hope you get better soon. Okay, guys. So right, let's think. Let's look at my list again of things to do. Oh, hang on. I was going to do a quick Google. RPG Maker. One sec, guys. Let's sort out this bug where Rose isn't in the cage. It'll be a nice thing to get sorted. As long as it's not too much of a complex one. I'm hoping it's an easy solution. RPG Maker MV character behind object. Well, it's going to be weird actually, guys, because now I'm thinking about it. You know this cage we've got here? We don't want her behind it because then she will look like she's actually behind the whole cage and not inside it. We need to make her look like she's inside it. It's making me wonder if we're going to have to do an overlay or something. Maybe we're going to have to do an overlay of just the front of the cage to give the impression that she's inside it, because I really don't know any way around it. Unfortunately, but it'll look really cool and badass once she's in the cage. Well, it won't look badass because it's not badass to be in a cage, but it'll look good. It's not for everyone, especially if you rely on things like Photoshop. Yeah, I don't want to have to stop using Photoshop, but it's a shame Windows can't be good like Linux. It's a shame. Oh, an old MTV show where you could call in song requests and messages to celebs. Oh, cool. I've not heard of that one. Is it an international thing? The main engine I'm using is Godot, so yay, coding. Oh, Godot. I've not heard of that one. What sort of game are you doing? Is it an RPG or is it another kind of game? Found out it's national. I cannot say that. I won't go to the store to pick up some things to celebrate. Oh, cool. Well, I hope you have a good celebration day. This is a celebration stream as well, guys. This is the 40th stream of Raindrop Chronicles today. So, hi poo, guys. I'm making a side scroll platform. That sounds really cool. We have a creative work channel in our Discord. So if you ever do join our Discord, if you ever decide to, I love seeing what people do, whether it's games, artwork, cosplay, or anything creative can go on that channel. So defo feel free to share it with us, guys. If you're a creative person and you're in our Discord, it's a new channel. Hi A1I3N_. Welcome to the stream. Hello everyone, question mark. How are you today? Welcome. Good to see a new face. Thank you for being so welcoming, Elite, to our new people in the stream. I appreciate that. We're a welcoming community here. Rose, can you cut a section out as if it's the door and then re-import it as a new sprite that you place over Rose? Yeah, I think we're going to have to do something like that, Asriel. We're going to have to mess around and make an actual sort of overlay, aren't we? Seems like that's the only solution. I'm still gonna Google it though. RPG Maker character inside object and see because it's easy to get them in front and behind an object probably, but not inside. But we're definitely going to have to make an asset of just the front and put it in front of Rose somehow, whether it's an overlay on a parallax map or an overlay on a tile set. We'll see. I'm not even sure how I'm going to do it yet, but I'll figure it out. I'm going to save this particular thing for doing off stream, because it's something I could literally spend off stream doing, like figuring this out. But bugs are like that, and then I'm like, oh crap, we didn't do what we wanted to do on stream today, because I do like to keep the streams fun and interactive and be more of a fun thing rather than a bug stream. Bugs are boring, right? God, I would add this artistic ability. Well, don't get thinking I've done all the assets, because I mean I do asset editing, but most of the assets are actually existing assets made by the RPG Maker community. Most of them, some of them are default ones, but the reason being for that, I mean, I could do it, guys. If I really wanted to make the assets myself, I could, but I choose not to, simply because of time reasons. It would add potentially years onto the project if I did all the assets from scratch, and I do really want to focus on other areas of game development like writing, level design, and just generally putting a game together and making it work. I really want to focus on that, so that's the main reason why, just for time reasons and for focusing on other awesome things. Yay, so close, that's one drop away. Yeah, you are, 499. That means we can do your character sheet soon as well, as then, because we're doing Kung's tomorrow. Kung's character sheet, she has requested Wednesday because she's going to be around then. We can do yours in the same stream as Kung's tomorrow if we finish Kung's. So we'll see. Sometimes a character can take a whole stream to make if we have to do some heavy editing on them. But if they're more of a simple character, we can get them done in an hour sometimes. But we can do yours tomorrow too if we finish Kung's. If not, if we don't finish Kung's, we can do yours next week. Because Thursday's stream's going to probably be a skill creation stream. We'll see though. I might have it as a mixture of things. I might have skill creation for the first half and the second half for something else. We'll see. As a solo dev, using others' assets is pretty standard. I'd love to create everything myself, but as you say, it would take years. Exactly. And we're releasing this game episodically. Reason for that is so people have something to play and get hyped about faster. It's a lot more exciting to think there'll be something playable within a few months rather than potentially a couple of years or more, because that's how long a full game can be. And so yeah, it's for that. I think it was a good idea that we made to release the game as episodes. But if I did my own assets, you wouldn't even be seeing episode 1 until 2021 probably. So, but for sure, we'll probably get it out early next year or in the spring, if things continue to go well and smoothly. You can find good free ones with open licensing online or buy them through Steam. Yeah, and there's a lot out there, RPG Maker type of assets. And even if there's nothing to your liking, you can edit it. I've had to do quite a bit of editing sometimes. And sometimes I will have to create my own assets. Like Carol the Barrel, I made her myself. Because no barrel exists. Not a barrel that looks like a human anyway. So I had to do her myself. Always around some Zerking fan of queries, the joys of watching while at work. I appreciate you, Azrael. I appreciate you all, guys. As much as I'm an artist and love making my own assets, I love that RPG Maker is just like, here's a ton of assets, have fun learning game development. Yeah, and that's exactly how I feel, because as somebody that did an art and graphic design degree, that's my background from college and uni, I want to expand my skills and what I can do. I don't want to just be a graphic designer. So this opportunity allows me to do that. I want to make a game, god damn it. I want to be able to say I've actually released something that people have played. So it's fun to be able to do that. RPG Maker has such a long history that there's probably more assets for that than any other existing engine. Yeah, it has. I mean, what was the first RPG Maker you guys ever used? You get the new assets during the sales. It's a good idea to do that, for sure. Remember playing RPG Maker 3 on the PlayStation 2? Oh my goodness. It would be so hard to make one on the console, wouldn't it? I've always stuck to PC for my RPG making. But that sounds cool. I would have so got that game on the PlayStation if I knew about it. RPG Maker's a great way to try new things and expand your horizons. Yeah, and you can like make it your own. Like you can have your own unique touch to it. It doesn't have to be a clone of every other RPG Maker game out there necessarily. There's loads of plugins out there, loads of ways to make it yours. Thank you for the retweet, Hero. I appreciate you. And Swift. RPG Maker on the PlayStation 1. Did you play that one, Rex? I want to say RPG Maker 2000. I used RPG Maker on the PS1. High five. Oh guys, what was that like? Was it good? Like, did you actually make games on it? And was there lots of things available? I'm just imagining typing dialogue on the console. That would take forever. Now that I have RPG Maker MV, Pixel Game Maker MV, and Godot as my main engines, awesome. I've seen Pixel Maker MV as well. PS version was good but limited. I'm gonna burp. You know when a burp wants to come out but doesn't? That's me right now. PS version was good but limited to your memory card size. Yeah. Yeah, RPG Maker 2000 was my first though, guys. Okay, guys, so yeah, I'm gonna leave the rose outside the cage bug. We'll keep it like that for now. We have cobwebs. Let's put some cobwebs in our room just to make it look better, and then we're going to do the next bunch of dialogue, guys. So I hope you're excited for that, because dialogue streams are a chance for you guys to give me some input about what the dialogue could be, and it's fun to do. Tile sets, cobwebs. Now, I'm thinking how to do this actually, because I think our tile set space is taken. I think we've used it all. I mean, we don't need all these cages, that's for sure. We could put some cobwebs here. Yeah, we're using all these, so we don't want to get rid of them. But we've got space here, so that could definitely work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open Photoshop now. I'm not sure if we're going to get lag. We might while I open another program. But we're not going to like make the cabin perfect today. I'll probably do that over time. I do definitely want to focus more on part 2 of the dialogue today. More than anything. I tried to make games on it, but I was too much of a noob to understand how to use it. Oh no, you're never a noob, Rex. It's really not so bad. I mean, when you've got the fire burning in you, you can move that D-pad pretty quick, really. So you guys preferred the console one to RPG Maker 2000 then? Was it actually better? I have to keep an eye on MV for the next sale. My most recent one is VX. Oh yay. MV is good. I mean, I haven't played VX, so I don't know if a VX is better. But MV is not bad, I guess. It's doing its job. But the layers are just a bit weird sometimes. Worst is when you feel like you're going to sneeze, but you just won't. So you had this eternal feeling of having to sneeze. Yeah, that happens to me all the time. Just uploaded a screenshot about an hour's worth of work to Discord. Check it out if you can. Oh, I'm going to check that out myself later on. Thank you for the command, Elite. And if anyone wants to join, feel free to. We even have an adorable pets channel, believe it or not. I don't even have a pet, but I like seeing other people's pets. Gonna lurk for a bit while I do things in the office. Be back in a bit. Enjoy the lurk, Eric, and thank you for lurking. I appreciate that. Thank you for the retweet, Fantasia. Okay, so I'm gonna open our Cages tile set in Photoshop for a sec. I feel like this will be the best place to put the cobwebs. Well, I'm not sure because there's no space, but one thing I can do is delete all the other cages because we don't even need them. So I might delete those and put some cobwebs here, maybe. El Prospect, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having an awesome day. I think we can make the tile set bigger, but I'm not an expert at that yet. Still getting my head around making new tile sets. Well, I'll get pro over it over time. Once we've made about 20 dungeons. Okay, so which ones should we grab, guys? Which are your favourites? What would work in an old cabin that nobody uses anymore? What sort of furniture would be in there? The mirror's pretty cool. I like the pictures as well. I don't... Boxes could be cool, but I think just a general cobweb as well could be cool. But that's kind of, I can't see them because they're blending. So I'm going to just put a black background so we can actually see the cobwebs. My favourite cobweb, I want a corner cobweb. I like that one, and I like this one. I'll grab a few. We got a corner cobweb. That looks like it's a corner cobweb. We'll take this one and see how it looks. I don't want to overdo it, if you know what I mean, but I just want to have it in and where it looks good. I don't even know where to position them. Ideally I need the grid up. View. Show grid. I think that's the size that we have it. Let's get the grid up on this one and say, yeah. We'll just try. I think the positioning's about right. I think that's how it's meant to be. So I'm gonna just save it and we'll see. We'll just have a mess around. Like I said, we might not get things looking perfect in this stream. It might take a couple of weeks for me to be fully pleased with the cabin. I'm gonna just like improve it and add to it over time. But we're still gonna be in the Everbloom Forest for a couple of weeks until we finish the first boss. And then we'll go back to Lakefall and do side quests there. Add those to the game. And that'll be fun. You like the PC version better? You can move way faster and with better commands. It just brings back memories. Oh, cool. It was nearly going to make me get it on the console, guys. I thought I was missing out there. All of that stuff looks pretty good. You don't always need a reason to play as cool stuff as long as it's not too crowded. Yeah, I agree. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Yeah, RPG Maker doesn't update assets straight away. Sometimes you either have to wait or close the program and open it up again. An error occurred? No. How dare it? Okay, so the cobwebs are here, even though they're basically invisible. But we'll place them down and see how they look. And yeah, it did exactly what I thought it would do. And that's to be expected because it's on the same layer, you know. But sometimes MV is very strange and things can be on the same layer and actually, you know, I've found it very random with how it deals with layers. But we don't have to put the cobweb there. I mean, we could have one there and that works fine. Doesn't have to be over the cage. See what I mean, guys? This is an example. I've just put the cobweb and it's got rid of the crack. And the crack isn't even on this layer. The crack's there, or it's on one of these layers anyway. I didn't think it would do that. I didn't think it would get rid of things on different layers. I need to get my head around RPG Maker MV. Oh, we got rid of some of our cage there. Oh, it's back now. Rose broke it, it wasn't me. I always break everything. But I'm a fuss pot when it comes to where things are in rooms, so I might end up being overly fussy. I do like them though. That works. A cobweb in the corner like that. Does that look too symmetrical? I feel like we need I'll mess around with it at some point. There's this furniture with cobwebs on it too, and I liked that. I definitely want one of the pictures with the cobwebs on. Or the mirror, but probably the picture. Which picture? This one here with the flowers, maybe? Kind of like the idea of maybe having boxes in this room. It's like more of a storage area than an actual old house. But I don't know. I kind of haven't made my mind up if I want this to be an old house, an old abandoned house, or a storage room. Kind of a bit of both at the moment. You should be able to overlap 2 top layers, B and E. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm obviously misunderstanding something with how the tile sets work, because I've only ever really used them, well, for Lakefall in the Everbloom Forest, but then I ended up moving to Parallax Mapping. But you know, time and experience will get me used to it, I guess. Let's get some boxes in. I'm not going to fuss over it today. I'll just spend a little tiny bit longer on it, and then we're going to move to dialogue. And I'll probably add more slowly over the rest of this week, and we'll get it finished eventually. We do have like furniture. I still got my mind up old house or storage room, because I do like how it's on the pictures and the mirror and this dressing table here. That's pretty cool. I think I'm going for the one in a house more now. I want it to be a house. Because we've already got the tables and the bed and stuff there. So I'm going to just grab this dressing table. I think. Maybe this table with the flower on it. An abandoned house that's been converted to storage. Yeah, no reason why it can't be both, I guess. We could have like house furniture in there, but a few boxes as well. We'll say, because we don't want it to be too crowded either, do we, guys? Okay, we'll see what these, we'll put these in and see what these look like then, and then we might have a break from the cabin and move on to dialogue. I hope I can sort out the rose problem. Oh, what's happened here? We got loads of random paintings on the floor. Okay. Wow, that's tiny. What the hell? That is too tiny for a human. But then again, I suppose the bed's quite small. Would it be there or there? I can't figure out if it's floating if I put it there. It looks okay to me, but... Is that floating, guys? You can't even see because I haven't even got it up. If we haven't got it up now. I was wondering whether that looks like it's floating and if I have to move it down by one. So let's see what these are like. And I'm struggling where to know to put the furniture. I like the furniture, but I don't know where it can go. Kind of figured out the bed kind of works here. Table doesn't look too bad there, I guess, but it could go there as well. I'm gonna see. Things like this, honestly, I could spend all day fussing about how it could look. So this is why I want to switch to something else in a set, just so I don't end up spending forever here. But we got like a few random things here, which I'm not sure if they work. I do like them now, but they just look random. But something looks weird with the furniture as well. But maybe that's just me. So messy. Someone needs to take a duster to all that furniture. I know, right? For sure. And I got rid of a lot of the extra stuff, but you know, it looks empty. But I'm not sure. I'm being fussy again. But I kind of like this side of the room at the moment. I think that works, but we need some stuff here too. And I suppose we could have boxes in the corner here, maybe. It's really, it's strange because it's very hard in general to imagine a house with a cage in it. I mean, who keeps a cage in a random building? But maybe I need reference pictures to get some inspiration of houses with cages in. if any exist. I've returned mostly and got myself some candy to nub on. What candy have you got, Eric? Bet you can't guess what my favourite candy is, guys. For now, I'm going to just keep the cabin like this because I'm not sure how I want it to look yet. So, even though I kind of like this side of the room, I'm not sure what to do with this side of the room yet. But we will have a tint on this screen when we're in game, because I want it to look darker, seeing as all the windows are shut, which you can see on this map. We've got closed windows here. So it's going to be a pretty dingy, dark room. But, right, so we're going to get the Instagram up. Story, exclamation mark, story. I'm going to open that page up myself. Chocolate. How did you know, Rex? Is it because you know me better than anyone in the world? Is that why? Okay, so this is where we're kind of posting the story as we do it. It's kind of like a visual adventure, this Instagram page is. That's the plan anyway. Over time we'll have all the chapters and all the screenshots of all the areas we go to through the journey. And we're on chapter 1 part 2. So this is where we are at the moment. We've heard the scream. It's coming from the cabin. The hero goes inside and sees a pale dark-haired woman in a cage, which we've sort of done, We've got to just fix her so she's inside it. Judging by her, she appears to be a vampire, and I don't know whether we will identify that she's a vampire in the actual game yet. Hi Dress, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for that follow, by the way. Welcome. How are you doing today? It's good to meet you. The big grab bag of the buttons may have been a hint. Yeah, chocolate's my favourite, but I generally like everything. I can be very greedy with nice foods. You like cold chocolate? Yeah, I'm the opposite of Rex. I like my chocolate melted. I put my chocolate on lamps just so I can melt it. I like warm chocolates when it's with cold ice cream. That sounds really yummy. I've never had chocolate and ice cream together. I want some now. Hello everybody, hi True Baldy, how are you doing today? It's good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Okay, so we kind of have, it's a dialogue stream today. It's stream 40 and I put up a live tweet to celebrate our 40th stream. There was even an amazing Snapchat filter to go with it that I unfortunately couldn't use because it wasn't there anymore and I was very mad. But it was basically a bearded man with glasses. It turned me into this awesome bearded man, this filter did, and I thought that is so cool to go with the whole dialogue stream because I can be like, I can cosplay a nerdy male writer and feel all smart. But they got rid of the filter. I saw it last night and I was like, I'm gonna take a picture of me with that beard tomorrow. Then it was gone. So I had to be a cat girl instead on the tweet. You're welcome, I'm good. Seeing some RPG Maker stuff on Twitch always good. Yay! And not many people do this. So I've heard. I'm one of the few. And I would love to see more of you guys do something like this. If you ever had the urge or to do it, I would love to see more RPG Maker projects. This is why I've got a creative work channel in my Discord now, guys. One of the reasons being that. Careless Rex has weird taste. Does he? Do you like cold chocolate, True Baldy? Or aren't you a fan? But saying that Careless Rex has weird taste, it could be an insult to me, True Baldy. Are you saying I'm a weird taste? Mixing hot and cold elements in sweets is really nice. I'm going to have to try that, Eric. I'm a fire hazard. Yeah, there was an accident with the lamp and the chocolate once. I did burn the chocolate. It was all burnt to a crisp because I forgot about it. I left it on the lamp. But I was a child then. I was young and silly. No wonder they did away with that filter. Is that what you look like, Azrael? I really like that filter and I was really excited to post a picture of me with a beard today. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. I gotta go. I'll try to be back later. Bye. Take care, Moving Mansion. Thank you for being first on the stream today. Thank you very much. Have an awesome day. I'm a nerdy male writer with a beard and glasses. Just continue to assess some crews. Guys, that's what I wanted to be, though. One day that filter will come back and I'll be able to use it and I'll be like, I'm finally a nerdy writer. I've always wanted to be. I can just take a picture of myself. Yeah. Bearded artist here. So you guys wouldn't even have to use the filter. A handful. I occasionally review RPG Maker games. Do you? Oh my goodness. Are you a critic, Drass Ray? Have we got a critic in the stream? Have I got to be careful? Have I got to impress? A handful. Okay, yeah. Discord. Thank you, True Baldy, for the Discord link. Appreciate you. So guys, yeah, we're reading this. The little girl follows the hero inside. So we got to do that too. We got to get the little girl come into the cabin as well. And you get two choices in this game because we got a morality system for anybody that doesn't know. One of the choices is to be super nice to the girl and be honest about why you're here. And be like, yeah, your brother sent me to make sure you're okay. And the other option is to push her in the lake. So if you do the second option and push her in the lake, she's going to be really angry when she comes back in this cabin. And maybe, can we get wet assets? Is there a way? I wonder if there's a way to make her look wet. Probably not, but it'd be cool if I could. I might experiment and see if I can do some editing, but I don't know if I could be that pro of an artist. But yes, that is an option to do that. I'll have a look into it. But yeah, if you push her to lake, she'll be wet and she'll be angry and she'll be your worst enemy. So the dialogue will be a bit different if you pushed her into the lake compared to if you haven't. So we'll have to have 2 different branches there when we write our dialogue in a bit. Okay, it's called Rose. Yeah, I'm Rose. I named it after a flower I picked. It. Yeah, so I'm an it character, guys. I'm not even a she, or I'm just an it, apparently. I'm treated like muck. My character, she's so misunderstood. I need you to do something very important to me. Rose is dangerous to us all and has been locked here long enough. I need you to take it to the other side of the evergreen forest and sacrifice it to the monster living there. So we don't know what's going to happen after that, but the goal of the next quest is basically to take Rose with us. We're the custom hero, we're the hero of the story, and Rose will join the party as a new playable character to help us fight some enemies. So even though she's going to join us, we are planning to sacrifice her and be horrible and betray her, but that's not going to happen. I'm going to say right now that Rose isn't going to get killed off. She will somehow find a way out of this. She will not be sacrificed to the monster. And we don't know who the monster is yet. That is going to be probably decided on a poll together in the coming streams, because it'll be the first boss of this dungeon and it'll be exciting. Beard, long hair, glasses. Guys, I want to steal your beards. I've always wanted one, but this kind of works, doesn't it? Does that work? Is that a beard? I normally drink water all day, not really a chocolate drinking guy. I prefer eating chocolate. Yeah. Well, you can still eat melted chocolate. That works. I make my own games. Somehow makes me self-qualified. Oh, cool. Do you have like a website where you review stuff or anything? I'm super intrigued. But tell me about your games as well, Dressray. Use a dripping animation. Oh, does that exist? That'd be cool. So where can I find this dripping animation, Elite? Writer more than coder, yeah. We've got a mixture of coders, writers and artists at this stream. And then there's me, a jack of all trades. I'm okay with shenanigans in games. Let's push people in likes. Yeah, so you're going to go for the bad option. Well, I'm going to say it's not bad because I don't believe in good and evil. And it's not really going to be a good and evil morality system. It's more of a... We've got 3 different traits. We've got compassion, wisdom and bravery. So every little dialogue action you take might affect those variables, and you'll gain pluses or minus in each ones. Yeah, you'll develop a sort of personality, I guess, over time based on what you do. Not every dialogue will have an outcome or give you a plus or minus to those 3, but some important ones will. So, exciting times. Dwarves used to braid their beards, so it works. Yay! Do you guys braid your beards? I'm thinking about streaming out my RPG Maker work using face rig instead of my face. Yeah? That's really cool. Like I raided a streamer yesterday who uses like a stream avatar, and I think that's really, really cool. And it's like this anime avatar, and when he speaks, the avatar moves his lips and stuff. So it's quite cool when it's done well. It's super cool. Should be a dripping animation built into the game. You can play one with an event. I'll look into that then, Elite, because I think that'll be really awesome to show her coming to the cabin wet if you did push her into the lake. Everyone's going to push her into the lake, aren't they now? Bet you are, guys. Weirdo tarot readers like me. You are not a weirdo, Brennan. Everybody can have their passions. Also an artist and want to be game designer learning here. Awesome. Wannabe game designers are the best. Aspiring game developers, should I say. Or designer. Whatever you want to be. Well, my Twitch has some of the more recent Let's Plays, and then I do have a YouTube. Oh, cool. I'll have a little browse at that then, Jess Ray. We do have a creative work channel as well in the Discord, so if you definitely 100% want me to see it, that's the best place to put it, because sometimes I end up losing stream links. I try not to, but you'll guarantee me seeing it if you put it in the Discord. But you don't feel pressured to join. I don't want to force anybody to join the Discord. Only if you want to. I'm letting my beard get long enough to braid it, or at least put ties in. Awesome. You so should. And we have a selfie channel, guys, if you want to show off your beards. I was inspired by his stream avatar. Were you? He was the one that inspired you? That's so cool. I'm really glad. I'm glad I braided him then so you could see. At the moment, my beard is down to the top of my stomach. Really? Cool. That's awesome. I'm jealous. I want to grow one like that, but I can't, as you can see. I'm very bare. Maybe because I'm a lady. But at least I can use Snapchat filters to have a beard, if they don't delete them, that is. I made an evil wizard avatar for myself. Terrible moustache and all. Really? I want to see it. Everyone is a little weird. I agree. We've all got a bit of weird enough somewhere. And like I say, good weird is fine, as long as it's not bad, creepy weird, which none of you guys are. Okay, guys, so here is our dialogue thingy. Oh, that's our closed captions. Peek at Discord. Oh my goodness, guys. 4 people today. Welcome to the Discord. I do not know what to say. Good to have you join us, guys. Any like news or important stuff all goes there. So say if like I'm ever ill or there's an emergency and I can't stream, it'll get announced in here, so you guys all know where I've disappeared to. And in general, it's really good for like just chatting together and sharing stuff to do in real life, our hobbies, or you know, we do Raindrop Chronicles stuff on here as well. But here's what we're using for writing our dialogue. And we've updated completely the first part now. So it's official that this is what we're going with for our first one. But we're going to do the second part now, the conversation that takes place in the cabin. So this will be super interesting because we're going to have 2 routes. One for if you pushed her in the lake and one for if you didn't. And some of the dialogue might be the same, but obviously some of it's going to be different because she's going to be really mad that you pushed her in the lake. So it might differ a bit for sure. Maybe this one might be bigger as well. Might be a bigger dialogue tree. And I hope we've got enough space. We probably won't. We can edit the paper size though, and make it humongous if we want to. But we'll keep it like this for now, and we'll make it bigger if we feel like we haven't got the space. Pressured joins, LOL, yay! Thank you for joining, Drafts. Actually, my Discord avatar is myself on a stage in a band, so you can see my beard length. Awesome. I'll be having a peek at your avatar. I won't look on stream, so I don't want to show you up in front of everybody, but I'll definitely have a look. Yay! Oh my goodness, 69. Oh my goodness, True Baldy. I'm already a shower. Congratulations, that's friggin' awesome. That's friggin' awesome, True Baldy. Keep it up. Okay, so I do have a bit of dialogue here from what was in our Instagram post for the main story of this section. So I'm going to definitely put that in, but obviously we'll need to fill the gaps because it won't be just this. But so he walks into the cabin. Well, all we know is he heard a scream and he walks in and he sees Rose. So the first thing, remember our hero doesn't talk. The only time he talks is if there's a dialogue choice. So if he's going to talk first, there'll have to be a choice come up. But I feel like the little sister should be who talks first. Maybe. So the hero could go in and then the little sister could follow. more or less straight after, and she could say something and then the hero can respond afterwards. But this is all the first draft, guys, so anything I put in here now is it can be completely rearranged or edited for the second draft. And I'm actually going to just remove the dialogue that we've got, just so we don't get confused, guys. And we're going to have to remove the compassion dialogue bits as well. We're going to get confused, but I kind of don't want to, because I'm going to forget the colour codes otherwise, and I'm lazy, so. I'm going to just put question mark for now, because we don't know how many points of what we're going to gain from the dialogue yet. And obviously things are going to get rearranged. The squares might not necessarily look like this either. We're probably better to delete the arrows as well, because it's not going to be like this. I'm kind of using the previous dialogue box as a template, but we can edit around what we need to. If anybody has any ideas though for how we can make this work, I'll be sure to listen, but we'll see. We'll see. Ooh, charted and all very organised. Thank you, Drasray. I mean, we've only ever done one dialogue thingy-majig like this so far. We're still kind of experimenting, and it was a very short conversation as well, so it was quite easy to do. It's definitely going to be more challenging as we get the longer conversations, but I'm finding it a lot easier to write up the dialogue like this, because we have a very branching type of system with our game. We don't just have one dialogue path, we have choices that are made, so it's just the best way to organise it, I feel. And we do the first draft first, and then I post the image that we've done in Discord in the dialogue suggestions channel, and the community have the option to give feedback about potential edits for anything that could make it more entertaining, or the dialogue a bit less wooden, or the grammar changing, or anything at all. And then if I like the suggestions, I'll update them in the second draft. And yeah, so that's kind of how we do it, because first draft dialogue always sucks, really. Let's be honest. Show away, I'm a streamer as well. Yay! Yay, be a subtle rose raid. Uploaded the stream avatar to the creative work channel, the Discord. Awesome. I'll have a peep for sure, guys. Whenever I get a period where we get some time to look. Why is my eye green screening out? Great for dialogue trees, but if you want to write a script for a cutscene, Unitors would recommend Trelby as a piece of software to use. Basically script writing software as a script for a play. Okay. Oh my goodness, me! An anonymous gifter is gifting 5 tier 1 subs to the community, and it came up as True Baldy. So I don't really want it to be anonymous, True Baldy, but it came up as your name. But then it's come up as True Baldy now. Thank you so much. I don't know what to say. That's super generous of you. You are such a generous human being, True Baldy. And let's see who's got those subs today. Coda, Elite, CDOS, Lards, and the Battle Sandwich. Guys, enjoy those subs. Enjoy the amounts, and make sure to thank True Baldy for being so awesome and kind and generous. And you also, just in case you don't know, you get twice the number of raindrops in stream now, which means that you can get 500 raindrops quicker to be a character in the game. So, yay. Yay. Thanks for the gift sub. Yay. My hype slipped again. Oh, did it? Major hype. Let's have some hype in chat, guys. Let's do the hype for True Baldy and for the peeps that got the 5 sub gifts. Let's see all the hype. You've got a Moodle, I have. Do you like Moogles, guys? Not everyone does, surprisingly. I think they're adorable. So cute, I agree. You're all welcome. Thank you so much. And loads of awesome people got the gift subs as well. But we only have awesome people here anyway, so yeah. Only awesome people are allowed in this stream. I'm actually very, very fussy about who I have in my community, guys. I chased somebody away yesterday. Somebody new came in the stream, and I basically politely told them there was an asshole, and they said they would never come back. And I was like, goodbye then. So yeah, I'm not as nice as people think. Thanks for the gift sub. Yay! Hi Kez, how you doing? I'm glad you like the sub. Jeannie, thank you so much for those 2 bitties. I appreciate you. And thank you for the hype, guys. Appreciate it. So, as we were saying, we're doing the dialogue. And yeah, thanks for your suggestions as well, Azriel. Draw.io even. Oh yeah, this is Draw.io. So, Trelby. Oh cool, I have a look for that too. The reason I do like this site, and I think you was the one that recommended it, weren't you, Azriel? The reason I like it is because you can all get it on one simple large image, and that's the easiest way to save it and upload it to Discord that way. And it seemed pretty easy to use at least, so we'll stick with this for sure. I mean, I'll still have a look at any others that get recommended, because I'm a curious person. I like to see what's out there. It's like I'm afraid for my health because I'm a hypochondriac. She was very polite about it. Was I? Didn't even realise what was happening at first. She was super polite. I was polite. Am I, guys? But anyway, guys, I need to have a quick 2-minute break. I'll be back and we'll get cracking on the dialogue. And I'm totally up for hearing any of your ideas, guys. We can improvise this. I will just write whatever comes to my head, or what fits with what the hero or little sister might say in this conversation. And if anybody has any suggestions, then certainly feel free to say. And then it'll get put up in the Discord when it's finished, and you guys can potentially come up with a second draft. Perhaps. We'll see. I'll be back in a few minutes, guys. I'm back, guys. Okay, just turn the music down a touch. I am back. Oh no, guess what's happened? Guess what's popped up on my computer? Speak of the devil. We was just slagging off Windows earlier, weren't we? And this happens. This is what happened yesterday, on yesterday's stream. And I was very scared because I thought it was going to restart my computer while I was streaming. And now it's done it again. Go away. I probably should install the newer version, but, you know, I don't like to because most of the time I have work up on my computer and I'm in the middle of doing something and it just disrupts things. Like, I'll potentially have to wait forever and then I won't be able to do things on my computer while it's updating. So, oh God, I nearly pressed restart now. Holy crap. But if I did stream today, it'd be ruined. Be gutted. Okay, remind me later. There we go, finally. Now let's go back on this. I'm so scared of that pop-up. Anyway, let's catch up with chat. Welcome back, thank you guys. Yeah, let it flow. We'll let it flow, guys. Like, we'll see what we come up with. We'll see what we come up with. But I'm always very wooden with my first draft. I really liked elite suggestions for the last set of dialogue we did. They were great. They just made it sound so much better. So I appreciate having you guys. Rose, you get the cat you wanted in the game. A cat? Where? I want a cat. So glad I set mine to not poke me like that. Thank you for the 20 bitties, Elite. I appreciate that. You now get a Sephiroth badge, a Sephiroth bitty badge for giving those 20 bitties. Thank you very much. See, all my previous comments get justification. Now I have swag. Yay! We got Final Fantasy themed bit badges in this channel, guys, because Final Fantasy is my thing. It's my series, I guess. It's what I grew up with. So I'm a big fan. It started my love for RPG games. So yeah, I got a Final Fantasy theme going on. Hooray! Windows loves its updates. Yeah, I need to make sure I don't get that pop-up keep coming up because it's going to be every day, isn't it, at this rate? Just figured out I could watch ads for bits. Did that while you were away. Oh my goodness. Do you know what? I'm very jealous because us folks in the UK can't do that. Twitch doesn't give us bits from ads. You know, if they did, I would be grinding those bits all the time. But fortunately, we don't get the option. FF is the bomb. Yay, we got more FF fans in the stream. Hooray. One thing I really like about doing this kind of stream, the RPG making stream, is that I'm more likely to meet lots of RPG nerds like myself. So it's a great thing. FF is my favourite RPG series too, not counting Pokemon. Yay! Pokemon, I was obsessed with Pokemon Yellow back in the day, but then for some reason I stopped. I didn't really play any of the others after that. Okay guys, so shall we get cracking? So the little sister, from what the Instagram image says, she says this. So basically the hero will come in, the little sister will follow, and then the little sister will speak. But obviously, if there's anything that seemed weird or confusing about the dialogue, then definitely say. Even though this is the first draft and some people might prefer to say in the Discord suggestions channel afterwards. You can do that if you want, but feel free to say on the stream as well. You don't have to just wait until it's put into the suggestions channel. I will probably need some ideas or my mind will go blank, maybe. It's called Rose. I named it after a flower. I feel like I should put like what's happened like a sort of just description of the scene, because people are going to be like confused. What do you think, guys? What did we do for, let's have a look at our, because we have here, hero hears scream from the cabin and walks in as the action. So that blue circle represents that. We could do something similar to just describe the scene. Hello, I love your accent. Hi Leo, welcome to the stream. Thank you. I'm from England. I'm an American. They pay. I'm not an American. I'm reading what Elite says in case. Yeah, it's confused you. I am British. Elite's an American now. I'm reading his chat. They just pay us to think about buying something. Oof, yeah. I do love FF, but there's a big special place in my heart for Breath of Fire. Cadus Rex is playing Breath of Fire at the moment, I think. I think it's that game that he's playing anyway. It's lit. It's one game I've never actually played. I bet it's not even available on any newer platforms, is it now? Main character is a dragon. How can you go wrong? Awesome. Welcome, Leo. Welcome to the stream, Leo. It's good to meet you. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Wait. Yeah, I've totally got an American accent, haven't I? Okay, so I'm thinking how, if we're going to do a scene description box, how we could do this. We need to make this page bigger for sure, because it's too small at the moment and it's limiting where I can move things. So at least it lets us change it gives us more room there. So I'm just going to shift things across a touch. I want it to stay where it is. The alignment, so oh no, it's getting all messy. No. Let's try again. There we go. And we are going to label the boxes this time as well, because we're probably going to start to get more boxes, and when you guys suggest things, you'll want to be able to easily say what box it is. So we could do this. I mean, I'm not going to use the circle this time, because this is going to be a bit of a longer box probably, and circles aren't easy to write in. So what size have we got the font? 24, Georgia. Are you guys Georgia fans or Helvetica fans? Okay, so I'm just going to say, I'm going to just repeat what's on here basically. So how did the last one end? It ended saying, hero hears scream from the cabin and walks in. So that's done. Hero sees a pale dark-haired woman in a cage. I'm gonna make it a little bit briefer than what's on there, but and I'm putting this because I just feel some people might get confused by what this scene is about otherwise. So just to describe it better, what you guys think. Oh my goodness, I'm so behind in chat. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm going to catch up now. Welcome, Yoro. Have I said your name correct? I hope I have. Correct me if I'm wrong. Welcome to the stream. Yoro, it's good to meet you. I'm going to start working on Pong in Java today. First actual game I have made. Congrats. That's awesome. That's awesome. Huge congrats. Great starting point. What's funny is I clicked on the stream originally and didn't have the volume up and couldn't hear Well, at first I did think you might have been speaking other than English, really. You know what? It's quite funny you say that, Joss, right? Because the person that came in the stream yesterday who I scared away said the exact opposite. They said my stream was too loud. You can't please everybody, right, guys? It's either too quiet or too loud. But I hear you fine now. Yay! Comic Sans all the way. LOL, Leo. I think Comic Sans is quite, you know, underrated, if I say so myself. Just hated on for no reason. I mean, it's not one of my favourite fonts, but it is, like, it has become a meme, hasn't it, now, to hate Comic Sans. No, sure, I never made a Pong game, but one of the first game I made in Unity was Brick Breaker. Awesome. I don't believe you have. I hope I'm saying your name right, you're right. Okay, so let's carry on with this, guys. We're writing some dialogue today. Here, should we put the hero or hero? Oh, we'll just put hero because that's what it's got there. I want to make sure that we're consistent, ideally. This is a pearl dark-haired woman in a cage. We won't put that bit because it's irrelevant, maybe. Or maybe I should. We'll see. We'll leave it for now and I'll add it maybe in a bit. Little girl follows the hero inside. Yeah, and that's all we'll put. We'll just keep it there. And we'll put little sister, because that's kind of what we're calling her. There we go. Just for some clarification on what the scene is. It's called Rose. I named it after a flower I picked. Okay, so that is the first bit of dialogue, judging by this. And the hero frowns and says, "It?" ? So that could potentially be one of the hero's dialogue options. So we're gonna probably make sense to have that now. Would it give plus or minus in any trait? We don't know yet. Probably not, because that's not really much. We could expand it maybe and have more than what's written there. You hate Helvetica, do you, Val? You hate it. No, sure, I never made a Pong game yet. Brick Breaker. I want to make a Pong game, but I'm making Raindrop Chronicles, so this is my #1 focus now. That's why we have volume. Not exactly, Drafts, right? And that's what exactly viewers will do. Streams, if it's too loud, you just turn the volume down, right? Or if it's too quiet, you turn it up. I go for lobster font only because I use it for my logo. I like the lobster font. It's quite neat. Quite fancy. Hi, I love puppies and kittens. Are you a troll, puppies and kittens? What if I don't wear socks? I wear slippers instead. How far have you come in the game making? This is stream 40 today, guys. I always number the streams now, because it'll be so awesome to look back on how far we've come. So stream 40, I'm not going to lie, we spent the first 10 streams just rambling on about lore. So there wasn't much progress there. But then we started making the Everbloom Forest about stream 15 or so. And the Everbloom Forest is recently being complete. I've done all the mapping for that. It was quite time consuming because we made 6 screens. And I wanted it to be super pretty. And we've got all the enemies on the map as well. So yeah, first village, first dungeon. We've done that, but we're working on it basically. We've got the first boss to do still. We've still got to sort out a few enemy skills for some of the enemies in the forest. And we're working on the sort of dialogue of the first main quest now, and we're about to get to the second main quest. We will probably trigger the second main quest once this dialogue is finished, because it's all leading up to that. White socks with sandals, you'll buy my slipper. But what if I don't want to get rid of my slippers? They've got cute animal faces on them. I want to keep them. Mod stepping in before Rose has to be polite again. Well, that concealed rage isn't good for her. Rose doesn't say no. I took a moment to think about the asset top layering and realised shift clicking might help. I posted a bit on Discord for you to read later. Thank you so much, Elite. And I appreciate you posting it in Discord, because like I've said before, sometimes I'm much better when I'm not streaming to focus on stuff like that. So I'll definitely have a little read and get it sorted. Shift click is great for mapping indeed, yay! Because you know, when you're streaming, like at the moment we're focusing on dialogue, and sometimes going back to the mapping and the tile sets can like break the progress, and it can be disruptive. So sometimes when I'm focusing on one thing, I like to stick to doing that. But definitely Discord is perfect for that, because if there is anything relevant to what we was working on previously, that you want to talk about, it's the perfect place to post it, because I'm always in Discord all the time. Even when I'm AFK, I've still got Discord up. Okay, so it's a good Rose. I named it after I picked it, and I'm not sure what the other option could be that the hero could say yet, but I'm going to just put question mark. Still unsure about that, but I'm gonna just get the dialogue bits filled in that I know from here, from this first, and then we'll fill in the gaps in a bit. So the next page, I'm going to just copy word for word what's here for now, might as well. But as I've said before, what is here doesn't have to end up exactly like this for the second or third drafts. Like for example, when we wrote the dialogue for this one, we changed it quite a bit from what this is. I mean, we've kind of covered what was here, but we altered it slightly, which we will do sometimes just to make it as good as we possibly can. But we'll always use this as a base, a foundation for building our dialogue. Working on a map right now, so it made me think of it again. Awesome, what map are you doing, Elite? Keep that focus, nice. Nowadays I do parallax mapping myself, yeah. And I started doing that. Originally I was going to just have tile sets for Raindrop Chronicles, but I changed my mind quite quickly in the end. I thought, no, I want to be able to edit the maps if I can, because you're very limited with tile sets sometimes, and yeah, I'm glad I decided to do parallax mapping, because the forest is so much more awesome now than it would be if I didn't. And maybe not every map I'll do parallax mapping, some I'll stick to tile sets if it doesn't need doing, but I'm definitely going to do parallax mapping if it needs to be done. Okay, so we're going to have to copy this dialogue now. Am I going to remember it? Oh, I've got it in my notepad file. I put it in earlier, so that's fine, we're good. I can copy and paste it from there. And maybe filling in this bit of the dialogue will give us a bit of an idea what can go in these boxes here. But yeah, the first draft is generally pretty basic compared to what we end up with. Sometimes it might not be changed. Sometimes you guys might think actually this is fine. But I always like to say that we can improve upon it, because I want it to be awesome. One more until you go into a splash donut. Congrats. It does take a bit of grinding, don't get me wrong. You're not going to get a lot of raindrops in just a single stream, but it does actually build up quite fast eventually. Map for World 2 of Banzai Heroes, the Redwood. Forest corrupted by an old nuclear waste, inhabited by mutant. You can see some of the screen in creative work. Oh, you've put it in creative work. Awesome. I'll have a look at that too. I'm glad you guys are using that channel. Parallax Mapping is great. I 3D render a lot of my assets. It's fun. Awesome. 3D is something I have no experience with. But it must be, I mean, I've always been fascinated by it. I definitely don't think my computer would be able to cope with using 3D programs. Face maps. Oh, interesting. Okay, so next bit. Yeah, I'm just getting in first all the dialogue that was on the Instagram post. I'm excited to do chapter 1 part 3 with you guys when the time comes, but we won't be starting that. We probably won't start chapter 1 part 3 until we get to the first boss, and I think a cutscene will probably happen. Then we'll have a bit of dialogue between Rose and the hero. I mean, Rose, she's feral, she doesn't even speak properly, by the way, so that'll be interesting how that'll go. A mute silent hero and a feral vampire talking, we'll say. Oh, and yes, I nearly forgot that we need to do another one for if we push the girl into the lake as well. An angry version. Okay, so we've got a lot of dialogue here, and there's nothing wrong with having blocks of dialogue, because that's going to sometimes happen, especially because we've got a silent hero that only speaks when given choices. But in the game we will break it up and have different facial expressions mixed in with them, just so it's more interesting. Have I done something wrong there? Yeah, I did. But let's unbold it first. We'll have to make the box a bit bigger. Might have to, I'm going to delete some of the boxes now. What is this here? Where's this coming from? Yeah, we've got another page all of a sudden. How can we get rid of that? I don't want it there. I don't know why it's appeared. To go back. I think it's appeared because when we copied and pasted the dialogue it went over. That's why it did that. My theory anyway. Next version, Raindrop RPG 3D. Who knows? You guys can do like a sort of fan art of it in 3D if you want to. That would be cool. I'd love to see fan art of Raindrop Chronicles. I'd totally put it on Twitter. Cool, there's a program called VoiceRig that you can use to record or stream video. I've been thinking it would be a cool addition to RPG Maker to make 3D faces and lip read them out their dialogue. That sounds neat. I'd love to see your plans, Elite, for when you get that working. You need to know how to 3D model, yeah, and that is something I've just not got a skill in. I'm definitely gonna... Raindrop Chronicles is going to stay quite traditional, probably in that way. It's not going to be anything groundbreaking, but I'm super intrigued to see what sort of stuff you guys do with your skills. A single person can do all the acting as long as the 3D models are built for each character. Ooh, neat! Imagine the character rigs have to be pretty specific for that program. Cool. Can't wait to see screenshots or videos of that when you get it working. So I'm gonna make the box bigger actually, so we don't get that problem where it goes over. I'm having problems selecting the box. There we go. Okay, let's think. Like, all the important stuff is in now. All the important dialogue that we know we're going to have. So let's think. We're going to get another. So this is what she's going to say if you didn't push her in the lake. But we're going to have another one here, perhaps. For if you did push her in the lake. But she's going to be a lot more mad. So she has to get the same information across. She needs to say that the name is Rose of the person in the cage and that. But how can she say it more angry? This is where we have to use our brains and think of it. Pixelite again, that blows me away with it. So yeah, Pixelite is lovely. I'm a big fan of pixel art. Fun to think of and play with. Oh, you don't think you'll implement it? Yeah, even I'm just intrigued by the idea. I'd love to just see screenshots, even if it's not nothing official is made from it. I'm curious. So already 5:15, guys, so I'm not sure if we're going to get the dialogue finished. I mean, I'm going to try and get as much as possible finished before the end of the stream, but there's a chance that it won't be posted this stream. But tomorrow is going to be a character sheet stream, so either I'll do this off stream, the stuff I don't finish, and then post it in Discord, or finish it tomorrow when we've done Kung's character sheet. So yeah, this one could end, potentially we could end up getting a few branches here, but we could still keep it simple. The conversation isn't going to be super long again. We basically just need to explain the quest, really. The fact that we need this here, we need to just get to this point. And she might say the exact same thing. Like, she's going to be angry at first when she comes in, but she might calm down a bit after, and she might, and all options might just lead to this particular one here. But this might not be the last line of dialogue, though. The hero could respond to this. We could even have a few questions, like, what is the monster? Why is Rose dangerous? How long has she been locked in here? Just for like some backstory to fill it all out a bit. And we don't currently know what the monster is, so we won't be able to answer that yet if we put it. Have we got more room? We have, so we can add those questions there, but we'll do them in a bit. And I'm not even sure if we will have choices at this point. We might go straight into the dialogue. I'm not sure yet. Have a think. Let's get some more dialogue box, because I know something that could go here afterwards, because I feel like when we spoke to Nigel Buckington, we had like a few little questions that the hero could ask us. We could do the same thing here. Thank you, Nature Boy, for the follow. I appreciate you. And welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good day. Awesome, Eric. Thanks for sharing your stuff, guys. I'll have a look. I'll be sure to have a look after stream. Once I've had my dinner, that is. I usually have my dinner straight away after stream. Tend to be very simple with my models. Things like that would take me ages. Yeah, I can imagine. Even if there's just bust, I think the 3D acting would be cool. Plus, I can keep control over the expression since I'm using my own face. It does sound badass, I have to say. Do you need 8-bit sounds and music for your RPG? I think sounds is going to be something very useful. I mean, at the moment, I'm kind of using freesound.org, I think that's the website I've used. I found a random scream off that website that we've used for the scream that we need in the story, and it was okay, but who knows, that True Baldy might have some better ones. As for music, we have found a composer that we'll probably be using for the majority of the music in the game, but there will probably be parts in the game that have like random songs that aren't necessarily that composer, if it's relevant to the setting. Or I know that Akira's character's quest line for his character Legion might have a custom song. So for certain things like that, like quest lines or a special story, if it's relevant, if a song fits with the setting, then we might have a separate song that isn't necessarily that composer for sure. But as long as it's like copyright free, Creative Commons, and we're allowed to have it in the game, then for sure. And hi Kung, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. That looks great dress, Ray. I want to see it. I might want to have a peek in the Discord. I might have a peek in a sec. How are you doing, Kung? I hope you're having a good day. Been lurking all stream. We're doing your character tomorrow, Kung. Are you excited for that? We're going to do the character sheet. 3D acting would be nice for RPG Maker. Yeah, I think voice acting is friggin' awesome in projects as well. But yeah, Raindrop Chronicles. I got asked the question if I'm going to have voice acting in Raindrop Chronicles, but I don't really know how it all works, to be honest, because when I made an RPG when I was younger, it was just a traditional style RPG with no voice acting. I mean, is it even possible to do that in RPG Maker? I don't even know. I assume so, but we're probably going to keep this traditional, this particular project. Hi Rod, how are you doing? Good to see you. How have you been, Rod? I can maybe provide something for you. Well, if you want to do something, True Bold, if you want to have a mess around and post it in the Raindrop Chronicles idea section, then for sure. Because I'm all for like any community members that want to get involved and have something in the game that they've done. I mean, I would totally like to do that, so feel free, True Baldy. Maybe it'll be fitting for something in our game, whatever it is that you choose to do. You got a quick synopsis of Raindrop? What's the game about? Well, Dressed Right, that's a commonly asked question actually, and my answer to that question is always that there isn't a storyline yet, because this game is improvised. We don't really have a major plot point yet, because it kind of works similar to how a D&D campaign works, where we improvise it as we go along. We write the story a step at a time as we create the game. So like for example now with the dialogue, we're kind of improvising this, I guess, in a way. But so yeah, we don't have a major plot point yet, and all we know is that we're just doing a quest to find the innkeeper's little sister at the moment, and it hasn't led to anything major yet, but I'm sure at some point stuff is gonna go down and things will get super interesting. But we're on the first main quest so far, so it's very early days. We're about to trigger the second main quest after this dialogue scene, so still very early days. And I like doing the story as we go along rather than have a whole story planned and already written up, and the reason for that is because we get new community members all the time. Each week we get new people to the stream, and I think that they would like it more if they know that they can take part in it rather than that there's a story already written there. It just feels like people can join in more this way. Shared video on Discord, yay, really am excited. I'm glad, Kung. I'll definitely look at your stuff, guys. I'm sorry I haven't looked at it yet. It's only because sometimes doing too many things at once on stream, you never get anything done. I mean, to be honest, we haven't really done much dialogue today because I've been chatting a lot to you guys. But like I say, I'm a very interactive streamer and I like talking to you all. Let's make sure I've not missed any chat, 'cause I feel I have. I'm going to be 100% honest, guys. The last 2 weeks or so, chat has been a lot more active than I'm used to it being as a streamer. So it's a bit of a new thing for me, but I'll get used to it over time. I really appreciate you guys chatting a lot, though. It means a lot to me. Baby shark for underwater area. I'd love a baby shark in the game. Ooh, I like improving. I do that a lot for game jams. Awesome. D&D with no plan. Sometimes us DMs do have a plan. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, but the people who are playing it don't know what the plan is. Do you know what I mean? And I suppose it's kind of like this here. I'm kind of a DM in a way. So maybe I have a plan that I'm thinking of, but I'm just not letting you guys know yet. Who knows? Like to create a world first and then form a story from that. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be pretty wacky. We're going to have a lot of different ideas, but because of the nature of how this works, I mean, if you've read the FAQ page in our Google Doc, you might have an idea already, but we write it as we go along. I start, and then the community submit potential ideas for the story, how it can continue, and we write it in parts. That's what this is all about here, with these little images here. So we've only done chapter 1 and, well, part 1 and 2 so far. We got chapter 3 coming up. I mean, part 3 coming up. Sorry. So basically, when that time comes, I will start it off, and then I'll let you guys submit ideas for the story for how it can continue. So, and whatever wins, whatever gets the most votes is the one we go with. So basically, this part here with the white text was the one that won, which was my submission last time. I've got an example in my pretend Discord for how that worked. Yeah, this is an example of how we wrote chapter 1, part 1. I basically started it off and the community finished it off. And this is just a template, by the way. It isn't the official one we used. So that's kind of what we do. It's all done with submissions and voting. Okie doke. But I'm getting a website up soon, guys, and things will be made a lot clearer on that. I'm hoping to get it up this month or next month. I'm excited. Hi Oban, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Wanted to stop in and say hello to see how you were. Oh, it's good to see you, right? How have you been? What have you been up to this week? Take your time and don't worry about missing things. The more you get, it's going to be hard to keep up anyway. It's the nature of the beast. Yeah, I don't like missing any chat, guys. I'm going to be honest. I feel bad, and it's not that I just feel bad about missing any. I just like to see what you guys say anyway. So if I miss any, I'm like, no, I want to see it all. So obviously, if chat is more busy than I'm used to it being, things can, you know, a lot of time can be spent on the chat side of things rather than actually getting on with the game. But that's fine, guys. I mean, we haven't got a deadline for this. We're just have fun and do it, no pressure. And I'm going to be doing stuff off stream a lot, and I do this 4 times a week now, which is more than I used to do it. So we've got plenty of time. We've got all the time in the world. Rosa's secret plan, I'm actually quite worried. Do you think what I do for how I want the story to go? Well, I kind of am in control in a way, because I always start every single chapter off that we write. So I do have a bit of control there for how I want it to go. So you never know. Watching spooky movies. What movie have you watched lately, Rod? Would I be scared of it? I get scared. I get scared by jump scares. She's a nice vampire, nothing to worry about. Yeah, I'm a nice vampire. She's just misunderstood, yeah. Have you guys seen my character sheet? if you're curious, guys, like especially people who are new to the stream, you might not be aware of some of the things we've got here, but this is a section with all our characters so far in the game in the Discord. So if you're curious at who we've got so far, these are all community members here, by the way. Every person here is a community member that have reached 500 raindrops. So when you get your 500 raindrops, you'll have the option to have a character sheet like these too. And there's obviously more characters than this. We have a ton of NPCs in addition to these, but these are the main guys. These are like the main characters of the game. So yeah, this is an example of a character sheet I've put together, and we'll be doing this for Kung's character tomorrow, and Azrael's soon as well, because I think he's got the 500 raindrops now. So just let me know, Azrael, when you'd like me to do that, whether you want me to do it this week or next week or whatever, because I know that you just reached your raindrops. Hi, Pooh. Most of them, yes. Like a good jump scare, but sometimes I feel immune to theme these days. Yeah, I used to play some horror games back in the day and screamed all the time. I just get jumpy very easily. I think I have tasty. You have tasty blood. Oh no! Don't get near a vampire then, Kung. You'll get your blood sucked. But Rose wouldn't do that to you. I promise. Thank you as well. I'll read that later and I'll get that working for sure with the layer stuff. And I'll have a peek at that creative work channel as well. Welcome to the Discord, Open. Thank you so much, guys. We've got 5 new peeps in the Discord today. I'm really happy to see our community growing and all the interest with Raindrop Chronicles lately. It's very heartwarming, guys. Whatever works for you guys, you know me, I'm around every day anyway. Awesome. We'll see how it goes then, Azrael. We'll start with Kung's tomorrow, and if we get time, if we finish Kung's, then we'll start yours. But if we don't, we'll fit in a day for sure next week for your character. Or maybe we could even do it on Thursday's stream, but I do kind of want to do some skill stuff on Thursday as well. We'll see, because I don't like to plan ahead too much with what we're going to have in the streams. So whatever I feel like doing usually. Sometimes I have a plan, but sometimes I just go straight into it. Going to be heading off too, so I hope you have a good evening now that the check-in has been done. Yay! You have a good evening too, Rod, and thanks for stopping by. It's always lovely to see you. Have an awesome week. You love scary movies, Kung? I'm not really a horror person because I get spooked a bit too easily, that's why. Bye, Rod. My wife wants to tasty blood too. Mosquitoes prefer. Oh no. Mosquitoes. I don't think we get those in the UK. Do we? I don't think I've ever come across one anyway. Maybe I've been lucky. Okay, guys, let's get our dialogue page up. And yeah, we've been a bit slow today with the dialogue. Sometimes things can happen like that on stream. I've said in the past, sometimes streams themselves aren't always the most productive. We just tend to ramble on a lot. We have some ideas together. But it's not usually the time where we get a lot of work done. Sometimes I have to do that off stream. But we just go with it. No pressure, right, guys? Okay, so what were we doing here? Oh, I had a few ideas for questions. So I'm going to just zoom in a bit so you all can see a bit better. There we go. Warm and humid. That's why it's a good idea to live in the UK. Because we don't have that insect problem here. We just get small insects. Okay, sorry about that. Something disrupted me on my phone. There we go. Why is she dangerous? And I think this would be the perfect opportunity to talk about how she's a vampire, maybe. Because even though we've got here, judging by her teeth, she appears to be a vampire, it's very hard to translate that into a game. Do you know what I mean? It's easy with a novel or a book, but it's harder to do it with a game. If we're not having like sort of an internal dialogue going on. So something like this, like questions that we can ask, which really would work with the choice system we've got for the hero, could help fill in a bit of lore and information and backstory that's necessary, maybe. And obviously, guys, if there's any, when I post this on this dialogue suggestions Discord, if you have any additions or changes to make to these questions or any ideas, I'd love to hear them. Oh, keeping a garden here is a nightmare, I can imagine. I hope you don't have too many horrible insects. I hope not. Mouthless Games, welcome. Thank you for that follow. I like your name, Mouthless Games. Interesting. Hope you're having a good day, Mouthless. Still shouts the other side of the house for a spider. Yeah, that's me. Whoever, you know, when me and Rex live together, he'll have to be the one that gets rid of the spiders because I'm not. He can do it. I'm too scared of them. Okay, why is she dangerous? What monster? So we can get, I think, can we get another question out of this? Okay, I think those are the only two questions I think we could get out of that. But maybe there's more, but we'll leave it for those two for now. So, oh no. Our arrow has gone weird again. Forgot how we edit arrows. There we go. So did we have it on 4 point and we have it white? There we go, perfect. Oh no. Still getting my head around this software a bit, especially with the arrows. Trying to figure out how to... There we go. No, that isn't it. Is this it? There we go. Finally. Okay, so we'll think of the answer to those questions in a bit, but I want to work on the first part of the dialogue. I get that sorted out. I mean, the obvious thing she could say, what could you guys imagine the little girl saying after you've pushed her? Something like, why did you push me? Is the obvious one, but I'm sure we can think of something more interesting than that. Rex won't, he will be too busy lurking, will he? I'll take care of the spiders. Oh, hello. I've got to get going. My son gets out of school early today. I'll try to catch you next time. Take care, all nice to meet you. Dress Ray, thanks for hanging out with us today. We are back tomorrow. We stream Monday to Thursday. Same time every day. If anyone is curious and wants to hang out with us again and see the progress of the game as we do it. And I hope you have an awesome day, Dress. Take care. Oi, yeah. Oi is a word I say a lot. Oi. Okay, I am really stuck on this dialogue here, but I'm going to just write what it is. So I remember angry response for I don't know if that should go there. I'm confused now. But this when pushed in like, so that'll do. Just don't know the dialogue yet. Yeah, sometimes we have to wait for inspiration to strike before we know what to put in some of these boxes for dialogues. And sometimes that doesn't hit us when we want it to. Oh, what have I done? What did I do? Did I just zoom in? Yeah, I think I'm fine. I don't think I did anything. Oh, he is very British, it is. Do I say it like a proper British person? Oi. I think she should throw a fish at the player, yeah? Or she could punch him at least. I'm just thinking, that sounds awesome, but how the hell would you get that across in RPG Maker? Throwing a fish. Could that even be possible? Do we have a floating fish animation? No, if she was British, she would apologise for you bumping into her. So guys, I'm up for suggestions here. I did like Azrael's, but I'm still very new at how we're gonna cutscenes and stuff and animations in RPG Maker, so I don't know what the limitations are and what's exactly possible. But I'm up for any creative ideas and suggestions for what the little sister will do as soon as you've pushed her into the lake. And what her reaction would be, or what her dialogue potentially could be. Because obviously this is the nice path. If you've been nice to her, she will talk to you nicely. If you weren't, she'll be mad at you. Or you'll at least get a very angry girl coming in the cabin at first. She might calm down a little bit later when we get to the later part of the dialogue. Oh yes, it's possible, is it? Can we actually throw a fish at the hero? Because holy crap, I want to do that. Can we actually do that? I'm actually curious now. I want to see a video of this or anything similar to this. Over here, if someone bumps into you, they look pissed at you for existing. Really? Oh no! If I would just, you know, be very polite. I'd never go oi. I'd never say the word oi. I feel it's a very rude word. I always try to be nice. If I say oi, I only say it in comedy. I'd never say it from being mad. You know, I'm going to be putting in brackets here, throws fish at him. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, Azrael. Because we haven't had any better suggestions, and this one is pretty awesome. So, I'll find a way and show you. How's it going? I heard a rumour that you make an RPG. Hi, Ark. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Are you having a good day today? I certainly hope you are. And I am making an RPG indeed. Guys, if you are new today, if you're new to the stream, that is the place you need to go, the link tree. Tell you all about the game. We're going to get more stuff on there over time, or we might just use our website. We'll see, because a website will be coming before the end of the year at the latest. If you want to avoid an animation in a cutscene, do it using a comic strip instead. Seen that used in a few games. Comic strip out in a game for cutscene, then go back to game. Oh, okay. I would love to do an animation in the cutscene, just because I feel a comic strip might break away from the immersion. That's just my opinion. I mean, I'm sure it could work if done well. it sounds like it's a possibility to be creative with that, but I'm not sure how it would work for this. So I kind of want to stick to just doing cutscene animations, but like I said, I'm very new to that, and I'll be learning as I go, and I'm still unsure about the limitations and what's possible. So I want to throw a fish at the hero. Sorry, I want to throw a fish at the hero. I want the little sister to be really mad, come in the cabin wet. You said there's a dripping animation, so looks like we can do that, which I'm happy about, hopefully, all being well. And I wanted to be coming in dripping, angry face, and throw a fish at the hero, and then the hero will flash, or go red for a second, because I've done that already. Carol the Barrel at the start of the game punched the hero, and I made him flash red for a bit, and we had a little bit of an animation go on there, a little fight animation. Carol slapped him hard. And that was easy enough to do, that wasn't a problem. So we can do that sort of thing again with the little sister. She can do what Carol the Barrel did, but in addition, a fish being there as well. Summon a fish. Fight the player, the girl, and fish with friends. Don't ask questions, go with it. Oh my goodness. We're totally going to fight fishes when we get to a beach area, in all seriousness. We can have a variety of enemies. Finally got you complete yourself and just going through coding ideas. How does RPG Maker work? Is there any particular program language involved? I have a command for that actually, Arc. ! Program. So that link will send you to the RPG Maker website, and it'll tell you all about the software, where you can buy it, and what it's all about. So if you're intrigued, that is the place to go, for sure. But Elite looks like he's answering your questions as well. Thank you, Elite. Alright, so once the game is released, I'll be able to play like Susie. That's nice. Haven't done much withdrawal myself. Been learning Rust and Go for a while. Awesome. Awesome. It's good to meet you. It's always good to meet new game dev peeps and creative folk. Okay, so I'm going to put in brackets. Throws fish at hero. And we'll see what we can do. If I have to modify it because something's not possible, that's fine. I kind of need to label that this was the option for if she got thrown in the lake. Where's our dialogue? Because we're not linking it to this branch, we're starting a new one. Normally I'd just put an arrow there, so we might have to label it somehow. Okay, one thing we could do then, let me just move that down. Let's just label it. Might give the box another different colour though. If, oh gosh, the text has gone small again, and it's Helvetica. No, I don't mind Helvetica. If for headings, it's fine. I prefer like Georgia or something for blocks of text. If you didn't push her in the lake. That's not the right text, was it? And what should we make this box? If you pushed her in the lake. So I've just labelled that just because you guys when it's in the dialogue suggestions channel, so you understand, because if things aren't really well labelled, people are going to just get confused. And I'm up for suggestions as well, guys, because sometimes you need a second set of eyes to them, and sometimes I need you guys to tell me if something's lacking on here. One-off animation, she shouts, screen flashes white for a second, then for a couple of seconds the player has a fish on its face, having a full animation of her throwing it and flying through the air, and finally hitting, of course, is the preferred option. You know what, I'm going to copy and paste that as real, just so I've got it in detail. My goodness, I love it. See you all tomorrow. You should have left 5 minutes ago. Oh no, I'm to blame for that. It's all my fault. Azrael, have an awesome day. See you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. I will let you know how we get on. I'm hoping to do some stuff off stream today. I really hope so, because I like to do stuff in the evenings and get some stuff done before stream. But we will be focusing more on character sheets tomorrow rather than the actual game stuff, because we've got to do Kung's characters and Azrael's characters. And welcome, Co-Drifter, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? It's good to meet you. I appreciate that follow. Spent about 30 minutes on this one. Rocky outcropping. Yeah, can happen. I can spend hours on one thing. Like doing this, I've spent so long just doing tiny little things. That's the joy of game development, isn't it? That's how it works. Okay, so we're gonna just basically have the two branches with this particular dialogue conversation. So the main thing is that this eventually leads back there, so that the hero gets the important information they need for the second quest. And then it'll lead to the questions. So I'm just the hard bit is all this stuff here. I don't even know if we're going to need the choices in this particular conversation, if it's going to be relevant, because we could literally remove this hero dialogue and have it go straight to this. But would that be even fun? Would that be fun? I mean, we don't just want a little sister talking non-stop. It'd be nice to have a little bit of the hero say something. You're just thinking of what, that's the hard bit. For those of y'all who make games by programming, state machines are great, but also take some work to get it right. State machines, interesting. I wish I knew what that was. I'm a noob. Have we got this saved? I really need to think of a way to get test plays not to lag my computer though, because we're going to be doing those quite often in the near future, for sure. I might have to like completely close down Google Chrome or something if I was to do a test play. But they have a closed captions thing up. Talk about what she just did, like Converse. Insult her for liking flowers, or ask her favourite flower, or tell her yours. That's cool, because something like that would be relevant. Because she mentions about picking a flower and naming it Rose. So it would be relevant to have that sort of thing going on here. But are we even clear here? In this particular dialogue box here, she says it's called Rose. And people might be confused for a moment. They might think, what's called Rose? Because we can see that there's a woman in a cage once we get to the cabin. But it's going to take people It might throw some people because we're referring to a person as an it. So that might throw people at first. But that's why we had the it thing afterwards, I suppose. But I just want to make sure our dialogue isn't confusing at all, or doesn't confuse people. Because I suppose we could be very straightforward and just say that thing in the cage is called Rose. Like, just spell it out about the cage. State machines are nice ways to handle controlling what the player does, so you can switch from, let's say, state idle to state walk, but have those transitions controlled by the states themselves. Okay, cool. I wish I knew more, I really do. And Oracle of Twilight, what a nice name. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, and I hope you're having a good day. Appreciate you guys. And I'm going to copy what you said, Elite, so I can remember that for when I write the dialogue, because what I'm going to do, guys, obviously because stream is ending very soon, this, we haven't finished it, as you can see, but I am going to finish it between today and Thursday's stream. Or I'd like to do it tonight, but I don't want to put pressure on to get a first draft done by then. But at the latest, it will be done Thursday, before we finish this week's streams, and it'll get put up in the Discord once it's done, and then I'll let you guys, I'll probably leave it open until Monday again, like we did last week. Leave it open over the weekend for you guys to get some ideas for a second draft. But I'll be working on this dialogue branch until Thursday, and that's when it'll get posted, whenever I get it done. And there's definitely a lot more to sort out and add. And tomorrow's stream, character sheets. I've said that a few times, so you'll get to see something a bit different tomorrow, because the last few streams have been dialogue ones. And at some point we're going to be thinking about skills again, player skills and enemy skills. And I know that Akira's got some ideas for the hero skills at least, but the enemy skills as well is something that's very important to consider too. So we'll think about what goes well with the hero skills that we've got, level 1 hero skills that we think of and end up having. So we've already done the toxic plant and mushroom enemies, but we need to work on the flower and bee enemy skills. They're the first priority of the enemies, and then we've got the tree and the deer to do as well, but that will be after we've done got the dialogue in, because those enemies won't come until the 4th screen of the Everbloom Forest, which is after this particular cutscene. So yeah, and we do have an overlay on the stream that shows what the tasks are, if you didn't know. I do like to keep that updated so you guys know. I'm getting a hungry one now. Is anybody online for us to raid today? Should we go say hi to Robbie Lou? Because she's not usually online when I finish streaming, and I don't get the chance to give her a raid, so I really would like to. So guys, I'd really appreciate if you came along. Throw in a Rose Rainblood into chat with an emote of your choice. Even if you've got some stuff to do, totally appreciate that if you want to go off and do your own thing, but super appreciate it if you join me for the raid. So let's get Twitch up, because I actually don't have it up. Let's just get rid of my Discord a sec. So I don't have Twitch up because I shut it down because it was stealing all my RAM. I'm getting the stream open, ready. Get your emote of your choice ready for the raid. Thank you, Firewell, for the follow. Appreciate you. I hope she doesn't go offline, because we had an incident last week where we raided someone and they went offline straight away. Thanks for the stream today, Rose. Didn't notice the flag. Yay, you're welcome, Kung, and I'm excited to make your character tomorrow. So guys, let's go and say hi. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for being awesome. Bye bye, guys.